Yo, what's going on guys? It is Foxy298 here and welcome back to a brand new video for you guys today here on the channel. Today we are here with the second official car launch for F1 2018 and it is the Williams team that have released their FW41 to the world, and as you can clearly see via this first shot that we do have here, it's the exact same. It's the exact same car, pretty much, the exact same livery for the fourth year in a row. Yeah, it's basically the exact same thing, but there are a couple of key changes for today's video, so we're going to get into this car first and foremost. At the time of making this video, we only have one picture to stand by, but don't worry, I'm not going to make you sit and watch just one picture. I'll obviously wait till we get some more camera shots, but without further ado, let's get into this. So, as you can see then, we're going to start things off with just the overall look at the car, like we always do, and like I always say, guys, I'm not a technical expert on Formula 1, so there's going to be things I'm going to talk about, and I'm going to sound really stupid, so I'm going to just, leave that bit out, but first of all then, we're going to have a look at the overall gist of the car. First of all, the livery is exactly the same. Obviously, we weren't really expecting much, like Williams hadn't really teased any sort of changes. It was still Williams Martini. There was no real changes going to come there. They may have been a bit more creative and changed up the style of it, but they really haven't. It's basically just the exact same livery for a fourth year in a row. It's pretty much just the same boring machine all over again. But what can we notice then from this initial shot? So, first of all, the halo. Obviously, you can see that it's in white this time, so it does mean that the teams are allowed to change the colour of the halo to suit each other's cars. However, I will fully stand by what I say now and say that the halo on this Williams looks absolutely disgusting. I'm a person that's strictly against halo. Now, I know exactly why people want the halo and why people don't want the halo. I'm on the don't want halo side of things, and this is pretty disgusting. I must admit, it sticks out like a sore thumb. It's a disgusting flip-flop. But there are a couple of key little changes here. So what we're going to do is we're now going to zoom into this picture and show you guys some of the key changes that you might not have just caught on upon first glimpse. Alright, so the first key change that I've actually noted and highlighted for you guys via my amazing paint skills in Photoshop, you can see how the Sidepod is a lot different compared to last year. And now this is becoming a very common theme so far with the launch of the two new cars. The Haas car had the Sidepod, which was very, very similar to the Ferrari Sidepod from 2017. And guess what? Williams have followed the same pattern. Now, Ferrari, as we know, had the best, probably the best chassis and dynamical car on the grid last season, and it's quite clear to see why teams are starting to head in this direction in terms of using these elements of the Sidepods to adjust them to how Ferrari had them. Of course, since Ferrari was so dominant in this area, 2018 is not a season where we're going to be seeing vast regulation changes and massive changes overall in terms of the complexity of these cars. This is a season whereby it's going to be, rather than renovation, it's development that is the key feature here. And Williams have decided that to try and help themselves in terms of their poor chassis and aerodynamics, they're going to be trying to follow Ferrari's route. And as we know from Paddy Lowe from last year, he clearly stated that Williams' performance needed to change and that they were going to completely revamp their car to try and make sure that it works better in these technical areas for 2018. So this is just one thing that I have noticed. And a second thing that I've noticed, which I'm now going to move on to a new shot to show you guys, is this sneaky little thing coming here at the back. Now, I'm going to be perfectly honest with you guys. It is very hard to see this because of how far I've had to zoom in. But basically, what Williams have done is, you remember last season, they had the T-wing on their shark fin, and they also had a T-wing very close down the bottom, just where the engine cover was, because obviously they had sort of that like straight down shark fin. Well, the T-wing is back. You thought it may have been banned, but it isn't. They've actually reintroduced their styled T-wing and put it onto the rear of their car instead. Now, of course, as it's so hard to actually see it zoomed in, again, with my beautiful Photoshop skills with a paintbrush, I've actually gone around and highlighted the area of where it is. Of course, it is very hard to see it, like I said, zoomed in. So, yeah, this is where the T-wing is, and it's a clever little move from Williams. Again, trying to just teak their way around. The T-wing was technically never banned. It was the shark fin that was banned. The T-wing was just removed because it connected to the shark fin. There was nothing to say that they couldn't do it onto the back of the engine cover, and it's a clever move from Williams to do this one here. So, yeah, the T-wing is back in Formula 1, and we're going to try and have a look at some more shots of the Williams. Alright, so unfortunately, basically, you're probably thinking to yourselves right now, why on earth have you started showing off shots which look absolutely dreadful? Basically, I've now been on Twitter for a while, and there's just no shots coming out. They've literally released one shot, Williams, of the new FW41, and have just left it at that. So, unfortunately, for video's sake, I'm just going to upload these pictures here. So I won't stay on them for too long. I've analysed what I basically do know, but what I'll do is just show you these two shots, a couple of things, then I'll go back to the actual proper digital shot, go through the final things, and my personal review on the car. So as you can see, from this view, kind of doesn't look anything very similar. Actually, this shot, basically, what they've done is they've tweeted out these shots which have been shown on a projector, and they've decided not to put them out properly digitally for us to actually see, which is great. But from this projector shot, it actually looks really nice, and the only reason for that is because you can't see the halo. Otherwise, it'd be absolutely dreadful, but it's quite clear to see that the sort of like the mini shark fin style at the back is going to be very common on pretty much every single car. We're pretty much going to see that for everyone in order for them to show off the number on the back of the car. That's why it's going to be there, you know, the number and even bit of sponsor, like you can see there, the Martini and the number 18. So it's going to pretty much be there on every single car, but yeah, there's nothing really different to see about, but yeah, this is pretty much all we can see from this shot. So yeah, doesn't look too bad. And the final shot from this disgusting projector screen, basically you can see once again how the little shark fin style at the back there sort of, you know, pokes itself out for the basically it's pretty much only there, we pretty much know now, it's only there so that the number of the car, you can see the number 18, which is I believe Lance Stroll's number. It's basically so Formula 1 spectators can see who's driving around. Like if you remember the shark fin in 2017, you saw after the Spanish Grand Prix, or from the Spanish Grand Prix onwards, they put the number on the back of the shark fin so you guys could see which car was driving around. They've pretty much added this extra little feature to their cars, again, so they can put the number on the back of the car so you guys can see it. And once again, you can see it's pretty much very, very similar. However, overall, it's pretty much a very Paddy Lowe-esque style car. But what I'm going to do now is go back to the final shot, which is basically the normal shot, so you actually look at a Williams in proper detail, and then we'll round off the video. Alright then, so we're back to now a nice normal shot of the Williams, which doesn't look very much disgusting, and overall then, it is very much a Paddy Lowe style car. It is very, very clear to see that. It has a lot of features which have been copied from 2017 and brought onto 2018, and it's going to be very fascinating to see how it works. The biggest real change is definitely the Ferrari-styled side pods. You can clearly see that from this shot there. Especially where the Rexona sponsorship is. You can see how it sort of looks very, very funny from this angle because of how the side pod is faced. So they've definitely gone very much copycat style with the Ferrari look there. And also, obviously, they've copied their little T-wing because they had a second T-wing on the bottom of the shark fin, just near the engine cover. And they've kept that again this year. So very sneaky little elements. It's going to be very interesting to see how this Williams car performs along. Overall, though, I am pretty disappointed with the Williams car. I honestly thought they'd do something just even a little bit different, but it's just the exact same livery and just a couple of things that they've done. Not really done that much overall, to be honest. And of course, obviously, we've got this massive halo in the way, but we'll just ignore that for now. But guys, that is going to be it for the Williams Martini FW41. Let me know what you think of it in the comment section down below, and I will see you guys next time, which I believe is the Red Bull launch, if I'm correct in saying that. Otherwise, if it's not, then it'll be a different car, and I'll say that I was wrong. Until then, guys, thanks for watching. Take care all. Peace.